Alright, what's up everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the first video of my channel. So before moving on to the video, let me tell you what this channel is going to be all about. So if you are interested and passionate about technology, software development, and maybe you're interested in backend, cloud native, databases, and algorithms, so this is the right place for you. And in the coming weeks and months, we're going to be putting a lot of stuff around these topics. So if you're interested in it, feel free to subscribe. Now let's move on to the main video. So in this video we're going to see how to dockerize your React application and deploy it to a server. Okay, so in this case I have an EC2 instance running and we're going to deploy it to this EC2 instance. And the second thing that we actually are going to need is a Docker Hub account. So if you don't have a Docker Hub account, just go to hub.docker.com and sign up. So you actually don't need a Docker Hub. I mean, you can use any registry that you want. For example, AWS has its own image registry, so we just need a registry to push our images to. And the next thing that we'll need is so I'm going to create a React app very quickly. So the first thing that comes to my mind is using create React app. It's simple, so I'll just use that. With this out of the way, let's jump into the video. So let's do a demo. So we'll first make a React app. Let me make one directory, docker with React, and I'll cd into it, and I'll do npx create React app, and I'm going to name it my app. So this will create a React app and it'll take some time probably, so I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so our React app is actually made. So let me cd into it and let me just do yarn start to see if it's working. And when I do yarn start, it will start a development server on port 3000. Okay, so our React app is running on port 3000. So for now, that is all the validation that we need. So I'm going to consider this as my React app. Maybe you are developing something. So this is your React app developed. Now you want to actually publish your image and maybe deploy your application. How do you do that? We'll use Docker, obviously. So first we're going to make a Docker file for it, but let me just open VS Code. I have some what do you call some extensions in VS Code which will actually make it easier, which will actually make it prettier actually. So let's make our Docker file in the root directory. Sorry. Okay, now when it comes to making a Docker file, we'll look into two approaches. One approach will be not as good, but the second approach will be much better and much efficient. And why the second approach is much better will I'll tell you when we go along. So let's try our first approach, the very simple approach. So we'll take a node base image. We'll take node 10 and what we'll do is we'll set a work directory which is going to be /app. You can set anything you want. So let's copy everything from my current directory to our work directory app, and once I have copied this, let me specify that I'm going to export port 3000 because when we do yarn start it actually runs on 3000, so we'll expose the same. And I'm going to tell Docker that when I run this container, you run this command to start my development server. Okay, so that's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Let's build this. So we'll do docker build, and let me tag this my app. Let's say my app 1, and where is the Docker file? It is in this current directory. So I'm going to specify that with a dot and build it. Okay, so our image is built. So if I can see Docker images, so I can see my app 1 image here 12 seconds ago, and let me run this. So we'll do docker run and need an interactive terminal and run it as daemon. Port which we are going to expose outside is also 300, so we'll give a port mapping from 3000 to 3000, and what else? I'll give it a name actually. So I'll give it my app 1 underscore c for container. Actually, let's not make it complicated. uh, my app container, and let's, what is the image name? So my app 1, this is the image name. So okay, so if I do docker ps, I see that my container is up and running and it's exposing port 3000 for us. Let's see what we find in port 3000. Okay, so this is a React app on port 3000. So why is this approach bad? uh, Not bad, but why is this approach less preferable? That's because if you look at this image, so we did docker images, so if you look at this image, look at the size of this image. This is 1.02 GB. Now this is a large size. Why? Because we used a node container. So we used a base node image, and then we did not even do anything. We did not put our personal resources on it. We just put our React app, which was our base React app, and it consumed 1.02 GB. Now if you are working on larger systems, or maybe if you're working on small system also, this is 1.02 GB for literally nothing. So this poses a problem with deployment time, build time. So we need to make it more efficient, and we can do this by using a multi-stage build. Okay, so let's see what multi-stage build is and how it works. So we come to this docker file, and multi-stage build is basically, as the name suggests, it builds your image in two parts. So first part will be the builder, and the builder will actually build your app, and then we copy the build into another container and then deploy it. So I'll use the same docker file only. I'll take node as our builder. Okay, so node is our builder, and same thing, I've copied it. So I removed this yarn start, because now what I need to do is just run yarn build. So this will actually build our React app. Once I've built this React app, now I need another container to copy it to, which is our nginx. And I'll use the Alpine image because Alpine is sort of very lightweight. So let's use Alpine, and I'm going to set the work directory as user share nginx and /html. So this is the default place where nginx container will look to share. So we are using this because, I mean, you can specify your own location, but then you need to change your nginx config. So you might want to give your custom nginx config. So either you mount that config into your container, or you copy it. So let's not go there. Let's just make it really simple, because we need to get this up and running. And I've set the work directory. Now let's do the copy part. So we'll copy from builder to this. So we'll use copy command -- from, and equal to, we'll specify the builder. And where in the builder is our build? Actually, it's in /app/. So this is our work directory /app. And where did the build go? In the build folder. When we do yarn build or npm run build, it will actually put it in build folder. So this is where our code is, and copy it to the current directory, which is specified by dot. Okay, so we have copied our build. Now all we need to do is run the nginx container. How do we run it? We'll actually look at nginx docker file itself. So we'll do hub.docker.com /_/nginx. So basically in hub.docker.com /_ and the name will actually specify the, most of the time it's the official registry, I mean official image. So this is the nginx official image, and I'll look at the Alpine. If I go down, I should see this command here. So that's the command that we need to run our nginx container. So I'll just copy paste the command here. You can just do nginx only. You don't need to actually do -g off. But this is for development purposes. But when you run in production, you can just do nginx. That's it. So for now, we'll do this only, and let's build the image. So we'll do docker build, and I'm going to tag it as my app. And where is the Docker file? In the current folder. Sorry, a typo here. Okay, so the image is built, and let's look at the image. So this is our my app image which we built. What the hell? Okay, it says 8 hours ago, but okay, so this was our my app one image, which was our sort of naive approach, and this is our new image. So look at the size difference here, guys. So this is 1.02 GB and this is 21.5 MB. Now that is a huge difference, and it will actually increase the efficiency. It will actually it will decrease the build time, and it will decrease the deployment time. And whenever possible, you should all target to use multi-stage build, but it's not really possible all the time, but here it was possible, so we used it. Let's run this container. So docker, let's run it. So we'll do docker run minus -itt again, and port mapping. So this time we are using nginx, so nginx will actually render on port 80 by default, http port 80. So we'll map the same to the outside. Doesn't matter, you can map it anywhere. I'm mapping it to 80, and let's name it my app only. The image name is also my app. Okay, so image is running, and if we see this my app container is running, and it is exposing port 80 outside. Let's check out what we get on port 80. Sorry. Okay, so this React app is running on port 80. So we have successfully dockerized our React app. Now all we need to do is deploy this image. How do we deploy it? We first push it to our Docker app, and then we pull it into our instance. Okay, so let's push this image into Docker app. Before pushing, you should actually do Docker login. I've already logged in, so it will not ask me for details, I think, or maybe it will. I don't know. Okay, I did not ask. That means I've already logged in, but you will need to put your username and password there, nothing much. So once you have logged in, you are able to push it. But before pushing it, let's look at the image once. So this is our image, my app image. Let's tag this image once. So we need to tag it, and I'll tell you why. So I'll do docker tag. Let's look at the docker tag command. It will take a source image and it will take a target image. So source image will be our my app image, and the target image will be the username, which is my username. If whatever Docker Hub account you have, you will have a username. Use that / your registry name. So your repository name, I'm sorry. So the repository name, you can create anything. I'll use my app only. And if you don't have that repository, Docker Hub will create that repository, so you don't have to worry about that. I've successfully tagged my image. So if I do Docker images again, I can see this tagged image. Let's just push it now. So all we need to do is do Docker push, and then the name of the image, which is akshay.sh/myapp. So by default, it will tag it with latest, and it will push it to our repository. Okay, so the image is pushed to the repository. We'll check out here. We'll do a quick refresh, and we should see the image pop up here. So this is our image. This is public by default. So now all we have to do is actually pull this image here and run it into our EC2 instance. So let's open the EC2 instance. Here we have our EC2 instance ready, and Docker is already installed in the system. So all I need to do is Docker pull and the name of the image, which is your username / the image name, and it will pull that image. I did not need to do Docker login in this because it's in public image by default, as I said. So anyone can pull the public image without logging in. If I made this private, then you might need to log in to check if you have the access rights. Okay, so the image is pulled. Now let's run this image, docker run, same command, and port mapping to 80 to 80, and name it my app, and the image name will be the image that we pulled, which is akshay.sh/myapp. Cool. Image is running. Let's check docker ps. The image is up and exposing port 80. Let's check the public IP of this server. So I'll do curl, what is this, ifconfig.me, maybe, yeah. So I have this public IP here. I'll copy it and paste it here, and we have our React app deployed into our EC2 instance. So this is all there is. This is all there is to it, and this is how easy it is, and even you can do it. So if you are doing along, that's great, and if you did not, then maybe try and do it. It's pretty simple and it's pretty efficient. That's all for this video. Now, if you like this video, if you saw it till the end, that means you actually liked it, you found it useful. And if you found this video useful, I'm very sure you're going to find the coming videos very useful. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll be with you shortly in the next video.